Hey everybody, what's up fam? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com coming to you with the final video exposing Black Lives Matter as a racist LGBT group. Now, if you haven't seen part 1, I highly recommend that you do that first before watching this video. You see, in order for you to understand the real motives behind the founders of Black Lives Matter, you must first understand how feminism started the destruction of the traditional black family, why black feminists like Assata Shakur and Angela Davis left militant pro-black groups and how their actions affected black women, and why the black community refused to unite with the LGBT movement in reference to civil rights. And finally, the core reason why black-on-black crime is on the rise. All of these points are very important in order for you to fully understand the purpose and actions of Black Lives Matter. So click here to watch that video now, and then when you're done, come back here to watch this one. Okay, folks, let's get down to business. But before I do that, I need to prepare you for this video. While part 1 was strictly educational, part 2 will also be educational, but it will include my sassy and profane commentary. So prepare yourselves. Like most intelligent blacks, I never accepted Black Lives Matter as a legitimate pro-black movement. There are several reasons for this, but the main reason is because of their weak leadership. You see, in the 50s and 60s, leaders in the black community were, for the most part, strong, intelligent black men and women, especially the black men. The black men in the community were natural leaders who led the battle to the advancement of black people in America. Men like Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, Hosea Williams, Stokely Carmichael are just a few of our revered black male leaders who made a huge impact in the black community and the world today. But the domestic terrorist group known as Black Lives Matter wished to replace leaders like this.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
With this.
If you do not listen to her, your event will be shut down right now. We are trying.
We're gonna give you.
Or better yet, replace leaders like this with this. Since feminism started the destruction of the traditional black family in the 60s, black feminists today are here to finish the job, and thus the fake pro-black movement called Black Lives Matter was established. In this video, I will show you how Black Lives Matter is strictly a racist feminist LGBT organization, how they tricked the black community into accepting and fighting for LGBT rights, encouraged the destruction of black alpha males, started slowly reversing Jim Crow laws, promotes matriarchal family structures where black men have little to no influence on the child or children's upbringing. I'm going to also expose how they intend to feminize the black male population. And last but not least, I'm going to show you how Black Lives Matter only care about the lives of black LGBT members. So let's begin. Since I never supported Black Lives Matter, I never bothered to browse their website. However, in order to report accurate information about this terrorist organization, it was important for me to visit their website. Surprisingly, upon browsing their website, it was clear to me that this was indeed a black feminist LGBT movement. But the most shocking part of browsing Black Lives Matter's website was how transparent they were in reference to their mission. I mean, it was right there, plain as day for anyone to read. If everyone took the time to read their mission guidelines, Black Lives Matter would lose the support of the black community and its global influence. So let's look at their mission statements. On their purpose page, they list 13 guidelines that they wish to enforce. These are the guidelines which defines their purpose and mission. Now, for the consideration of time, I will only focus on 6 of these mission guidelines. Feel free to go to their website to look at the rest. Let's kick things off with this one, transgender affirming. Their mission statement for transgender affirming is, we are committed to embracing and making space for trans brothers and sisters to participate and lead. We are committed to being self-reflective and doing the work required to dismantle cisgender privilege. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I tried it. This is my 4th take, folks. I can't say this without laughing. Okay, I'm sorry. My apologies. I'm going to keep this in. I'm not going to edit this out. Let me do that. Let me do this sentence again. We are committed to being self-reflective and doing the work required to dismantle cisgender privilege and uplift Black trans folk, especially Black trans women who continue to be disproportionately impacted by trans antagonistic violence. Here's my problem with this paragraph. The transgender community is extremely small. They as a whole make up 0.6% of the population in America. This is why I was getting pissed off at people making the bathroom a big deal about gender. We need to have men in the men's bathroom and women who are born women in the boy. It was a bunch of bullshit. The transgender community is so small that it's not an issue. Transgender people are so few in numbers that you are more likely to see a fallen star than to meet a trans person. Here's another point I want to make. If the transgender community makes up 0.6% of the population in America and Blacks make up 12% of the population in America, how is the injustice against Black trans women an issue? Here's a running theme I want to show you people when it comes to Black Lives Matter. This organization is anti-straight Black men. Notice how they put emphasis on Black trans women. It's all about the feminine energy with Black Lives Matter. And this is why 80% of the leaders within the Black Lives Matter organization are Black lesbians. Now, I'm not going to touch on the whole dismantle cisgender privilege. I'm going to let you realize how fucked up that statement is. I'm going to let that marinate on you for a minute, okay? All right, getting back on the subject. Now, the population of Black trans women is so insignificant that it's not worth protesting for. Seriously, and this question is only to Black people out there. I'm only addressing this question to Black people. How many of you personally know a Black trans woman? Huh? How many of you? How many of you Black folks have personally met and you personally know a Black trans woman? Now, not from the internet, that doesn't count. And definitely not from the porn industry, that doesn't count. You personally know this woman in real time. Honey, let me tell y'all something. I'm a card-carrying hag. And I don't know, nor have I ever met a Black trans woman. Now, I do know a trans man. He goes to my gym. I know him personally. He was born a woman and went through all the surgeries and hormone replacement therapies, and now he's a big buff-ass man, okay? He's huge. But I never, ever met a Black trans woman. So if violence against Black trans women is not an issue, why is this one of their mission guidelines? I'll tell you why. Because they want to feminize all Black men. Folks, Black Lives Matter hates straight Black men so much that their end goal is to either turn them into women or turn them into pussies. They are against straight Black men. Never forget this, okay? And I'm going to prove this later on in this video. So let's continue. Black families. We are committed to making our spaces family-friendly and enable parents to fully participate with their children. We are committed to dismantling the patriarchal practice that requires mothers to work double shifts that require them to mother in private even as they participate in justice work. This makes absolutely no fucking sense. Folks, read this paragraph aloud and ask yourself, what is this saying? What does justice work? Are you saying all single mothers are going to participate in justice work? And justice work for who? You, Black Lives Matter? But let's not forget the dismantling the patriarchal practice. The patriarchal practice. See, here's my problem with this statement. If black women married men who are legally employed, notice I said legally employed, pimps, drug dealers, and bank robbers don't count as legal employment. Now, if black women married men who are legally employed, why would they have to work double shifts? Depending upon how much the man is making, why would they have to work at all? They are only working double shifts because they are single black mothers. They are the prime income in the house. Now, women in this situation do qualify for food stamps and or welfare assistance. But Black Lives Matter want to petition the government to provide a substantial amount of financial aid to single black mothers so that they don't have to work two jobs. I have a problem with that. I have a fucking problem with that. Why should the government give your bitch ass extra money for being a single black mother? Like, fuck the white folks. Fuck the Latinos and Hispanics. Only your black ass needs to get extra money. Are you serious? You as an entitled black mother deserve more handouts than other races. Fuck you. Here's a solution to the fucking problem. If you're not married, don't have kids. Oh my God, is it that simple, Tree? Yes, it's that simple. Stop getting pregnant by broke-ass men who don't want to have anything to do with you outside the fucking bedroom. Stop asking for free handouts and close your fucking legs. Let's move on to black women. All right, black women. We are committed to building a black women affirming space free from sexism, misogyny, and male centeredness. In other words, fuck straight black men. I told you this was going to be the running theme. I told you this was going to be the running theme through the entire website. Fuck all you privileged, straight black men who were born with a stick and a set of balls. You are the enemy to Black Lives Matter. Woman power. Woman power! Ow! I'll kill you with my estrogen. Woman power! Drink you down like a shot of gin. Woman power! Gonna put your existence to an end. Woman power! Woman power! I pulled that rhyme right out of my ass. And that's why I sound like shit. Just like these dumbass guidelines. Oh my God. Okay, so let's move on. The next one is going to be collective value. Collective value. We are guided by the fact all black lives, regardless of actual or perceived sexual identity, gender expression, economic status, ability, disability, religious belief or disbelief, immigration status, or location. What? Okay, this sentence doesn't make any sense. We are guided by the fact all Black lives matter. What? You go, we are guided by the fact all Black lives matter. And then you give me all these goddamn nouns, but then you just drop it off. You don't finish the sentence. Who the fuck typed this, and what kind of drugs were they smoking at the time? You know another reason why this sentence is crazy? Black Lives Matter is saying that they care about those Black lives of Black Muslim immigrants who want to kill them for being gay. Do you know how stupid that sounds? So you value the life of a Muslim immigrant from Saudi, Yemen, Qatar, or other Islamic countries who kill gays on a daily basis. They throw them off of the roof of buildings or they burn them alive. You value their Black life over your Black life. Because in the end, they will take your Black life for not being straight. Never forget that, honey. Okay? Oh, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, those countries have radical Muslims. Wait, hold on. That was too high. We're talking about Black lesbians. Let me lower my voice some. Those are countries that have radical Muslims. We embrace immigrants from moderate Islamic countries like Turkey. Oh, really, honey? Really? Well, guess what, girlfriend? Turkey is burning trans women. Yeah. They burned one back in August. Yep. Well, in all fairness, they raped her, beat her, and then they set her on fire. And see, this happened in a moderate Islamic country known as Turkey. Yeah. Actually, this happened in the city of Istanbul, to be exact. So if you think these so-called moderate Muslims are going to put up with your sexuality, yeah, good luck with that. All right, moving on to Black villages. Oh, goody, this should be interesting. Black villages. We are committed to disrupting the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another, and especially our children, to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable. Oh, this paragraph is all kinds of fucked up. First of all, let's start with the first sentence. Disrupting the Western prescribed nuclear family structure. In other words, fuck straight Black men, you're not included in our new family over here at Black Lives Matter. Our Black villages will be a matriarchy setup. You have no place here in our little village. And by the way, let's go on to this, to the second line where it says, supporting each other as extended families and villages. Why is villages in quotation? Now, I know what they mean by as extended families. This includes sisters, your sister, your aunts, of course the grandmothers, and maybe a couple of your female friends. But this is strictly a female-based family. It's strictly a strict matriarchy setup. But the fact that they got villages in quotations, you know, knowing Black Lives Matter, I think what they mean is that they have your queens. You know, sister, you a queen. You are the empress. You are the ruler of all of our Black villages. There is no king. You are sitting on the throne by your goddamn self. And then you got, you know, the Black gay men doing her nails, doing her hair. All right. Then you have the trans women. They're going to be the generals and they're going to be the colonels and, you know, they're going to be head of the army and everything like that. And then you're going to have all of the white SJWs. they're going to be the white slaves. That's how this shit's going to go down. That is the utopia. That is the utopia of Black Lives Matter's Black Village. That's the fucking setup. Hold on. Here's another one. Why is our in quotations as well? I think I know why, because our doesn't include the black men. You understand this? Why the fuck would you put our in quotations unless you're going to exclude someone like black men? You really are going to exclude the black man out of the family structure. So when you're talking about our, you're putting fucking quotations there because you mean female only. You're talking about our, the women children, the children that belongs to us women only. Okay, and here's something else. Please don't think parents in this sentence means men and women. Remember, this is Black Lives Matter we're talking about. Parents can mean two lesbians, or a trans woman and a woman, or a trans woman and a gay man. I mean, you get the picture. A parent, according to Black Lives Matter, doesn't include straight black men. Now, before you thin-skinned transgender or black gay individuals start losing your shit in my comments section, let me just say I have no problem with gay couples having children. I don't have no problem with that. But when you try to fucking make that the primary base of a family structure in the black community, fuck you. I definitely do have a problem with that. I am happy that my mother was straight, and I'm fucking happy that my father is straight. Why would you want to take that experience away from me? Why would you sign up for a village that exclude straight black men? Why are straight people the fucking enemy here? So don't get butthurt because I have a problem with this shit. You should have a problem with this shit too. This is unacceptable. And I don't give a fuck if you got a problem with it. I'm bisexual. I'm part of the LGBT community, and I think this is a bunch of bullshit. And I'm black, and I think this is a bunch of bullshit. It is not fair to say that straight black men do not deserve to be fathers. Fuck you and fuck anybody else who agree with this fucking bullshit by Black Lives Matter's carpet munchers. I'm not going to co-sign this fuckery. Okay, so now I'm getting mad. So let's move on to the last one. Queer affirming. Queer affirming. We are committed to fostering a queer affirming network. When we gather, we do so with the intention of freeing ourselves from the tight grip of heteronormative thinking, or rather, the belief that all in the world are heterosexual unless she, he, oh my God, I got triggered, y'all. Sorry. I saw the fucking pronoun they. Are you serious? This is some SJW bullshit right here. I got triggered. Oh my God. She, he, or they disclose otherwise. Let me read this fucking bullshit. Let me read the last part of this stupid ass sentence again. The belief that all in the world are heterosexual unless she, he, or they disclose otherwise. Oh my God. Many of you who have seen my Q&A know that I refuse to address anybody as they. You are either a she or a he, but you're never a fucking they. I am not a fucking retarded idiot to sit up here and address one individual as they. I told y'all how the goddamn man with the fucking goatee and hair on his chest wearing a fucking ugly ass dress with fabulous makeup though. Wonderful makeup. He had some nice makeup on, girl. He had his dumb ass assistant tell us to call him they. That's how he wished to be addressed. He doesn't want to be addressed as he. He doesn't want to be addressed as she. He wants to be addressed as they. And I said, fuck you, I'm not signing up for this fuckery. I'm not going to do it. If you want to get to know me, I'm going to call you either he or she. Pick one, asshole, but I'm not going to call you they. And that's what's wrong with our society today. You are catering to this bullshit. These motherfuckers want you to call them they. In the name of political correctness, you go ahead and co-sign this bullshit by calling them they. Fuck you, you're he or she. I'm never going to address anybody as they. I will address a group of you motherfuckers as they, but I'm not going to call one of you they. Kiss my ass. All right, I got that ran out of my system, but let me get back to this entire paragraph. Now, folks, I never seen this word before. Heteronormative. So I had to look it up, and this is what I found. Heteronormative. Heteronormative is an adjective. It means denoting or relating to a worldview that promotes heterosexuality as the normal or preferred sexual orientation. Okay, just so y'all know, I said this before and I'll say it again. I'm bisexual. I give zero fucks if heterosexuality is the preferred sexual orientation or not. I don't give a fuck. Why is this a thing? Why is this an issue? Oh my God. But hold on. But what's so laughable? What is so laughable about all of this is that the black community has no idea that this is what Black Lives Matter is all about. The homophobic black community has been tricked into rioting, protesting, taking a fucking knee during football games for all this bullshit. They are fighting for homosexual rights. They are not fighting for police brutality. They are not fighting for the injustice of white police officers killing black people. They are marching for the rights of the LGBT community. Oh my God! What the gay community failed to do in the 60s, Black Lives Matter has succeeded today. Oh my God. The black community told the LGBT community to kiss their black ass way back in the 60s. Black folks refused to allow homosexuals to join in the civil rights movement. But niggas nationwide are blocking traffic for gay rights. Bravo! Bravo, Black Lives Matter! Oh my God, you have performed the ultimate bait and switch I have ever seen in my fucking life. You are a genius. Pure genius. And folks, if you don't see what I see, don't worry about it. I'm about to show you how Black Lives Matter performed the ultimate bait and switch on the black community. All right, so let's go to their about page. All right, this right here is on their about page. This is how they bait and switched on the black community. I'm going to read this to you. Here we go. Black Lives Matter is a chapter-based national organization working for the validity of black life. We are working to rebuild the black liberation movement. Notice how "re" is in parentheses, okay? Why is it like that? I'm going to let you come up with the answer. Let me continue. Hashtag Black Lives Matter was created in 2012 after Trayvon Martin's murderer, George Zimmerman, was acquitted for his crime, and dead 17-year-old Trayvon was posthumously placed on trial for his own murder, rooted in the experience of Black people in this country who have actively resisted our dehumanization. Hashtag Black Lives Matter is a call to action and a response to the virulent anti-Black racism that permeates our society. Black Lives Matter is a unique contribution that goes beyond extrajudicial killings of Black people by police and vigilantes. Okay, that's the fucking bait. Remember Trayvon Martin? Remember how mad we was when George Zimmerman was found not guilty for killing him? Black people resisting our dehumanization, how we respond to the virulent racism that permeates and go beyond extrajudicial killings and big words, big words, big words? So that first paragraph was the bait. Now, most Negroes are not going to read any further because they were discouraged by all those irrelevant big-ass words. All they need to know is that Black Lives Matter was created because Trayvon Martin was killed. Got it. Don't need to know anything else. Don't need to read anymore. I support you 100%, Black Lives Matter. Now, where do I buy my Black Lives Matter t-shirt? But see, the rest of us are not so easily fooled. We're going to continue reading. We want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Damn that fucking Black Lives Matter t-shirt, okay? Now that we read the bait, let me read to you the switch part of this bullshit. Here we go. It goes beyond the narrow nationalism that can be prevalent within Black communities, which merely call on Black people to love Black, live Black, and buy Black, keeping straight, cis, Black men in the front of the movement while our sisters, queer, and trans and disabled folk take up roles in the background or not at all. Who the fuck does this sound like, people? Huh? Come on now. You know the answer. If you've seen my first video, then you know the answer. Who had a problem with being the power behind the throne? Here's a hint. Was it regular Black women or was it Black feminists who had a problem with this shit? By the way, there's no such thing as not at all. There were lots of women who helped the advancement of the Black community. I named 3 in the first video. Here's 3 more. Mildred Loving, Josephine Baker, and Maya Angelou. But were there any female leaders of the pro-Black militant groups? No! And I'm glad there wasn't. I'll always choose Malcolm X over Assata Shakur. Fuck her. But folks, do you see how everything that I mentioned in part 1 is coming together in this video? Hell, we ain't done yet. Let me continue reading. Black Lives Matter affirms the lives of Black queer and trans folks, disabled folks, Black undocumented folks, folks with records, women, and all Black lives along the gender spectrum. It centers those that have been marginalized within Black liberation movements. What they mean is that they are here for everyone except for the straight Black male. Well, maybe, because I don't see anything about gay Black males on this website either. But DeRay McKesson is a gay Black man, so I'm going to assume that Black gay males are included in their fight. As a matter of fact, they're probably included in the part of the sentence that says Black lives along the gender spectrum. So let me finish this last sentence. It is a tactic to rebuild, there we go with that re in parentheses again, rebuild the Black liberation movement. It is a tactic to rebuild the Black liberation movement. It is a tactic to rebuild the Black liberation movement. So Black Lives Matter is going to undo everything that was done in the 60s to advance the black race. Really? Really? They are going to reinstate the Jim Crow laws, and they have been successful so far. These niggas have gotten a few colleges to provide an all-black dormitory for students. So if you're not black, you can't be in this dormitory. This dorm is for only black female and black male students. No whitey, no whitey, you not allowed. No Asians, you not allowed either. It's only black. Only black people are allowed in these dormitories. So congratulations, Negroes. Segregation is back. Thank you, Black Lives Matter. This is some serious feminism shit right here. I wouldn't be surprised if a white feminist female professor was behind all of this. I wouldn't be surprised if she was part of the LGBT movement that the black community rejected back in the 60s. And this is her payback. This is too strategic and too vindictive for someone black to create. Listen, black people are clever in a lot of things, but they are not this clever and they are not this strategic. Also, so some of you dumbass Negroes who refuse to believe that you got pranked by Black Lives Matter, here's a picture of all 3 paragraphs in its full context. Notice how they put this fucking yellow picture here to separate the bait from the switch. As my fallen hero Malcolm X would say, you been had, you been took, you been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. The fucking Plymouth Rock fell on top of your head. Nothing on this website says their purpose is to stop white cops from killing black people. There's nothing on their website that says that they're going to help stop or lower black on black violence. Nothing about helping traditional black families. Nothing about repairing the black community. None of these principles support black men unless he's gay or transsexual. This is a fuck all straight black men movement. And yet those are the men who are fighting for Black Lives Matter. Here's the deal, folks. The reason why Black Lives Matter doesn't give a fuck about black on black crime is because 95% of those crimes consist of black men killing each other. They want that to happen. They want them to kill each other so that they can turn the rest of them into bitches. They instigated this war on police so that the police can stop patrolling black neighborhoods, which will cause black on black killings to escalate. And that's what's happening right now. They want you to execute each other. Look what happened in Charlotte. During the riots, a black protester shot another protester in the head for nothing. They didn't even know each other. While these ignorant Negroes were out acting a goddamn fool in the streets of Charlotte, beating each other and killing each other, Miss DeRay McKesson was sitting in her mansion, getting her mani and pedi done, and tweeting to you dumbass niggas from the comfort of her 7-figure home. You stupid Negroes are like cattle walking to the slaughterhouse. Black Lives Matter want to put an end to straight black men, and most of y'all are volunteering for your own execution. But luckily, there are some pro-black groups who are not buying into the bullshit. Check this out. This brother's name is Irritated Genie. I know, but bear with me, okay? He's the leader of a pro-black movement called the Straight Black Pride Movement. And they promote black male and black female marriages and unification. They believe in the traditional black family, and they promote healthy relationships between black men and black women. They believe that black fathers should hold an active role in their child's life. But like most pro-black groups, they don't like white people and they reject homosexuality. But they are very powerful and are growing in numbers. Black Lives Matter realizes this and sent one of their reps to set up an alliance with them. And let's just say, it didn't end so well. Now, I'm going to show you a video, and this video is pretty long, but I'm only going to show you a short part of it. But the link to the entire video is in the description box, along with the other sources. So just in case you want to watch the video in its entire context, it'll be available for you there. So here we go.
Chemically, atrazine is being put in our water. They put chemicals in the water that have been shown to induce homosexualization. That's a huge element, because you look at then the blacklining of where black people can live. They force black people to live in certain communities, then they deplete the resources in those communities, and they affect those resources, they affect the food that's coming, and that can chemically induce homosexuality.
Just in case any of you were wondering, this is a female. She's a lesbian. Remember, straight black men can't hold leadership positions in the Black Lives Matter movement. So what she just finished talking about was some nonsense about how the government is putting chemicals in the water in the black communities that are turning the black male children gay. So she is explaining to the group why they should embrace homosexuality and thus accept Black Lives Matter.
As well as a young boy being raised by a single mom, there's certain feminizations that's going to happen because you got a single mama raising you. She got, when you got to go to the bathroom in public, she has to take you to the women's room with her. Because where else can she take you? She can't take you to the men's room. When she's going to go out shopping, she's got to take you with her. So you're going with her bra shopping, you're going with her panty shopping, you're going with her when she's getting her feminine clothes, feminine outfits. You start trying on the shoes that are there.
So now she's explaining how the boys of single black mothers are feminized because they have to do feminine things with their mothers, like shoe shopping, bra shopping. When she goes into the bathroom to pee, the little boy has to go into the ladies' bathroom with her. So fatherless young black males are indirectly feminized by their single black mothers. And actually, I agree with her somewhat to a certain extent.
In the 60s and 70s, and that black family unit was a much stronger family unit. And that's where you see that the war on drugs can kind of come in.
So she admits that the black family unit was strong back in the early 60s, but started to tear apart. However, she blamed the destruction of the black family unit on the war on drugs. But this is bullshit, because the war on drugs was enforced by Nixon in 1971, not the 60s. But this is a feminist from the Black Lives Matter movement. So why would she place the blame on feminism where it belongs?
And there's a lot of elements, and so I'm happy for this. I just want to see acceptance of it, though. I just want to see a little more understanding that some of these.
By the way, the wording at the bottom of the video is not coming from me. It's from the original video recorded by the Straight Black Pride movement. So I'm not doing that, okay?
Boys and girls are victims of a large system as a whole, but
we're not going to accept it.
Against it.
We're against it.
I understand you are against it.
Okay, we're not going to accept it. We're not going to accept anybody who accepts it.
What are you trying to get them to accept, Jack?
Homosexuality.
Not necessarily just saying, it doesn't just saying accepting homosexuality.
Not just accepting homosexuality. So accepting homosexuality and what else?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is that accepting the full system, the full everything that's happened to everybody, and seeing.
What's the system? I don't think.
Wait. Straight Black Pride. Do we accept crack dealers in our community?
No, sir.
Are we going to accept homosexuality in our community?
No, sir.
Are we going to accept pedophiles in our community?
No, sir.
So your interests here are no longer useful, sister. So what do you want to do? We can stop. You can stop. Lady, you can stop right here. But you might be misinterpreted, but you got a choice. You can stop.
I'm here as
Go ahead.
Can I say something? You heard about it.
But no, don't get the name. You gonna say that until she leaves, then we can talk. We talk about family. Yeah, we all know that. Let me just stop, because this is what I want to do.
Disguising folks.
Yeah, you know. This is the thing. I want to say this part of it. I know some people go like, I didn't know if that right. This is what happens. The homosexuals send in planes to disrupt and take us off of what we're talking about.
So here's the deal. Black Lives Matter wants to create an alliance with other pro-black movements. They need to do this to establish street cred with the older generation. Black people who were born in the 60s, 70s, and 80s are in charge now. You see, most of us see Black Lives Matter for the sham that they are. The pro-black militant groups like the Black Panther parties didn't do stupid shit like block traffic or harass presidential candidates like Bernie Sanders. They didn't harass white people. They didn't go out and attack white people. The pro-black militant groups in the 60s were defenders, not attackers. They defended themselves against white people. They didn't go out and attack white people. That's why people like myself don't respect Black Lives Matter. Here's the last point I want to make about Black Lives Matter, and then I'm done. Black Lives Matter hate white people. They want white people to pay them reparations, give them land so that they can separate themselves and form their own all-black villages with white servants. They want the government to give them free health care, free financial assistance, and food stamps. They want the government to get rid of the police, and they don't want to be under the authority of the police. They have absolutely no respect for white people. And those of you who support them are treated like shit. Listen to another lesbian feminist from Black Lives Matter tell you how she feels about the white people who support Black Lives Matter.
All white people to move to the back. Make space, because this is a black resistance march.
Right.
This is a black resistance march. I need all white people to move to the back and make room for my black and brown brothers and sisters.
They don't have respect for other LGBT members either. It doesn't matter if you're LGBT. If you're white, you are their enemy. Remember how the LGBT chapter in Canada invited these Negroes to participate in their parade? And what did these niggas do? They protest the parade and shut it down for 30 minutes, making the leader of the Canadian LGBT chapter sign some dumbass contract. You know, I can understand why these ignorant Negroes support Black Lives Matter. I mean, most of them have an IQ of a roach. But white people, why are you defending a black militant group that hates you? Why are you defending a black group that wants you dead? Why are you signing up for an ass whooping? White people supporting Black Lives Matter is like black people supporting the Ku Klux Klan. Black Lives Matter is a black, racist LGBT organization. They support and encourage the destruction of straight black men. They want the black community to strictly be a matriarchy. They want to separate themselves from white people, but expect white people to pay them reparations. They are cancerous. They are infecting our nation with a self-destructing disease. The only way to stop them is by educating everyone we know about them. You don't have to show them this video. Just tell them to go to the website and fucking read it. Read everything on there. Now, I must admit, this isn't going to wake up everybody, but it will wake up enough to stop supporting this toxic terrorist group. And once that happens, their power and influence will come to an end. So what say you?